Yo, shit! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Straz Hamburger, Straz Iceberg Lettuce here. And today we are taking a look at an overdrive pedal. Now, you've obviously seen the title. You know what we're looking at, but just let me pantomime a bit, all right? Let me build some suspense. Now, it's very rare in this day and age that I get wowed by an overdrive pedal, that I get floored by an overdrive pedal. The last time that happened, it was this pedal, the EAE Halberd. Now, this is probably my favorite overdrive pedal of all time, right? It's unique, interesting, varied. It's got so many different capabilities, so many different sounds, so many different use cases. And kind of every overdrive pedal I've played since then, I have compared to this. I've always compared them to this pedal. Now, the pedal we're checking out today, which was sent to me, by the way, thanks to the lovely folks at Silktone and Mass Distro, the pedal we're looking at today has blown me away and stands up, in my opinion, and for what I use, to the Halberd. And it, of course, is the Silktone Overdrive Plus. Now, this overdrive pedal floored me, and it might not look like much on the surface. Got a few extra bells and whistles, but it is the sound you hear in your head. When you think of the perfect kind of overdriven sound, this is the sound that you hear. It's this pedal. Just buy it and you're sorted. You're good for life. Maybe not for life. The tone search never ends. Hell yeah, brother. Anyway, let's talk about the pedal a bit. So, standard use case controls. You've got volume, tone, gain. But within those controls, there is such a varied level of sound. This gain control, there's so much. It kind of has three different modes within the span of the one control. So at the lower settings, it's a real tone enhancer. It just adds a nice bit of gain, and then, you know, in conjunction with the tone control and some extra clipping bits that we'll get to, it really just kind of lifts what you've already got going. As you turn it up, kind of, you know, around the halfway point in that area, it's actually a bit closer to like there, you start getting into actual kind of overdrive sound, really crisp, biting, but not too bright overdrive sound, like the perfect kind of overdrive sound you want for the, you know, lots of pick attack, lots of clarity, which is something that I love. But then you get further along the spectrum, you get towards the end of the autism spectrum, and you get full on kind of almost big muff like distortion. Now, it's not a big muff. If you were to compare it to something like this, the good one from Ren and Cuff, which is a bit dirty, forgive me. Demo coming at some point on this one, by the way. Let me know, especially down in the comments, if you really want to hear a demo on this one. It is a sick big muff. But yeah, if you were to compare it to something like this, it wouldn't hold up as far as like, oh wow, it's the sound of a big muff. But it does the big muff thing. If you need one overdrive pedal that can cover a lot of ground, maybe in a session or something, this is the one to do it. This is the one. And the tone control. The tone control is perfect. There is not an unusable setting. It is perfect for kind of adapting. You know, as you change the gain, you really want to be changing the tone to compensate. You know, at the lower gain settings, it can be a bit bright, especially, you know, as you get up to here, it's a bit bright. So you kind of roll the tone back. But then as you get up into the big muff, heavily distorted regions, it comes a lot darker. You crank that tone up to compensate. They work together. Now, the volume is a volume. It's got enough volume, but not too much volume. You're not going to blow anything up, but you are going to be heard. Unity is about 9 o'clock, apparently. I kind of tend to set it somewhere around 12. Does the job for me. Now, we have these little switches here. One is a bass cut. It cuts the bass. To the left, you have less bass. Flick it over there, you got more bass. Pretty simple, but it adds not an unusable amount of bass. It adds just the right amount of bass just to thicken things up a bit, you know, but you want your grindy, chuggy stuff, you flick that bad boy back there and you're good to go. Then we have the clipping. Now, I need to look at the manual. Over here you have asymmetrical clipping. Now, it's more textured, it's a bit more dynamic, less compressed, right? Flick it over here, you got symmetrical clipping. More compressed, bit smoother, right? It's not a massive difference when you flick between the two, but it is just a slightly different flavor, something to further help you tune this pedal to do what you want it to do, right? It's a good setting. I prefer the asymmetrical setting personally, but hey, it's all in the ear and the eye of the beholder. Now we have the plus section of the Overdrive Plus. It is a boost, basically, and you have the strangle and the roar. Now, here's where things get a bit controversial. Not a fan of the strangle. It's like a cocked wah thing, but it doesn't really sound like a cocked wah to me. It brings in an inductor that kind of filters the boost. To me, it just makes things a bit darker and a bit muddier. But maybe you will have a use case for it. The raw setting is sick though. It's just full on, takes that inductor out and just boosts it. Adds ton of gain, ton of volume, but still a usable amount. That's the thing. Usable, but good. So yeah, love that raw boost. But this could be a real kind of one-stop shop, you know. You can set it to a point where it's cooking if you just run it into a clean amp, and you can use your volume control. It's super reactive to your volume control to kind of clean up a bit, and then you have that boost switch there for when you need a bit of an extra kick for your leads or something. And this could be kind of a one-stop shop for your rig. You know, if you needed you're putting a small rig together, fly rig together, and you just smack on that boost when you need the kick. But she's, you know, it's what you want, it's what you need, it's what you hear in your head. And that's why I was genuinely floored by this thing. So yeah, enough rambling. Let's hear it. I'm going to be playing my Fender Telecaster into the Mother Pre from Science Amps, using some Science Amps IRs, and of course the Overdrive Plus. Let's do it. Alright everybody, that is the video. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I love you. I love you. Say it back. I'm just going to pretend you said it back and you didn't break my heart right now. If you love me, subscribe and like and comment. Please, for the love of God. Once again, thank you to Silktone and Distro for sending this one out to check out. Obviously, as per usual in these videos, every thought and opinion is my own. I'm just a humble internet guitar player, and sometimes I play in the real world too. So yeah, I guess check out my band Citizen Rat at citizen.rat on Instagram if you want to hear some of the music I play in the real world to real people. But yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. Fuck off.